Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy Garcia. I'm a regular everyday person. Created this YouTube channel to teach people about the Thrift Savings Plan, which is the retirement system program for federal government employees. Um, I am a civil engineer by trade. Been working for the federal government for 13 plus years, and um, I wanted to start off by going over a little bit about me. I created a website about 3 years ago and decided finally to create a YouTube channel to complement that website. So my website is www.tspandme.com. Um, and Once again, my wife and I are just regular people like you all trying to achieve retirement. And we were both employed with the government for over 10 years. I'm 35, my wife's 31. The last 8 years, I've been reading, researching, and studying traditional and non-traditional methods for attaining early retirement by becoming financially free. The goal of my blog is to share my story about my retirement timeline through the Thrift Savings Plan. I will be sharing my actual real life retirement figures with everyone because I have not found a thrift savings retirement website that shares this type of information. So, um, I hope to educate government employees on how I invested in TSP for the past 13 years so that they have an idea of how much they could have in their TSP in a 13-year period. Over the years, I've seen government employees not be able to retire upon reaching retirement age due to the fact that they were not educated in how the federal retirement system worked. I know individuals that have invested in the G Fund, which is the safest retirement fund in their savings plan, from the time they started to the time they retired, and it was a rude awakening when they realized that they could not retire. I hope this website will prevent something like this from happening. Um, Quick disclaimer on my blog. Actually, I'm not going to read it to you. Um, it's there for you all to read. All the information I provide on here is not advice, neither financial advice or life advice. It's all it is um, information about what I do. Um, and if what I do works for you, so be it. If not, um, that's fine. But I'm just trying to provide educational content um, for you all based off my personal experience. Um, so I'm passionate about helping others in general. In this case, I want people to understand better the thrift savings plan for the federal government. In my years with the government, I've been very disappointed in how little the government does to educate their employees on what the TSP is, how it works, and why they should invest in it. I was lucky to have good bosses and parents tell me what they did in the retirement accounts because I would not have been on the retirement path I'm on. I personally know people with the federal government who have been funding their retirement account for longer than I have, who have much more than I, and they have shared with me what they've had, and it's been very educational to compare myself to them so that I have a basis for how I stand relative to their additional years in the government relative to my time with the government. I hope to help new and seasoned employees with the federal government understand the importance of the TSB, and I also hope to teach new employees and seasoned employees ways to supplement their TSP so that they have the ability to retire earlier than 57. And I've always been frustrated with how taboo it is to talk about a person's retirement through TSP. It is like trying to pull teeth out of someone in trying to find out how much he or she has saved in the retirement. I understand nobody likes to put all their retirement figures in front of everyone to see, but I believe that if all government employees were more open with their retirement figures, we could all gain insight as to what we did right or wrong. So, indeed, it is taboo to talk at the kitchen table about finance, money. It's just frowned upon, and I've always uh, found that to be, at least in the last 10 years, odd and frustrating because I think if we were more open with speaking about finances, we would probably make less mistakes about money because we would learn if someone is willing to share their mistakes with finances. Um, uh, you can learn a lot from people that are good with finances and a lot from people that aren't good with finances. And so that's why I wish people were more open with speaking about money. Um, the goal of my website is and my YouTube channel is not to be boastful or boisterous about what I have. Instead, it's to be, in my humble opinion, uh, open with everybody about my current federal retirement account and its a balance, how I got there, what I learned over the years from others, and I also will be going over um, what I did in my own personal life outside of the retirement program offered through the federal government to try to achieve early retirement. Once again, I'm a civil engineer by trade. I'm a real estate investor and I'm an educator. My forte being finance and retirement and real estate. Um, and so the rest of my experience is on my website. I highly recommend that you visit my website for a bunch more content. I wanted to finish this video just to go straight up into my account. This is my thrift savings account. I logged in. Um, and current balance is $137,419. Um, I took out a loan about 3 years ago, and I owe about $20,000. I'll go into what I did with that loan, why I took out a loan, um, and so my balance in there right now is 137. When I pay my loan off, it'll be about 150. So currently, I'm paying back my loan, and I'll go into that. Um, this is my outstanding loan, $18,250, and I'm paying myself a 2.375% interest. So that's just everything in my balance. I'll also go over the reason why I'm currently allocated the way I'm allocated in the TSP. And I recently did a couple of changes to my TSP that aren't reflected here last night. Um, I'll go over that in a different video. So once again, this will be my first video on my YouTube channel. Please be very critical constructively about the content I'm sharing on this video, and please share it with family, friends, um, co-workers, government employees. Ultimately, I just want to share with them my personal experience with the government federal retirement program, and I'll quickly go through my website. Um, I go over a bunch of different stuff in my blogs, um, so please feel free to read those. Um, and I go over some resources that have helped me over the years. I share those with you all. Once again, thank you for your viewership, readership, listenership. Please comment, uh, give me a thumbs up, a like, and please subscribe. Um, and please, in your comments, if I'm too long-winded, tell me that. If I hum and haw too much, tell me that. And lastly, please provide any future video content that you would like to see from me that I could share from my personal experience. Um, and I look forward to presenting other videos in the near future to you all for educational purposes. And thank you for everything.